I renovated the upper 2 stories of this house 3 years ago. The basement was left as it was, but now I wanted to turn it into a cozy guest apartment for friends and family. After years of research and work on a book about the ideas that rule our lives, I had to wait 10 weeks for my editor to work. I figured that with a bit of graft, I could renovate the basement during this time window. As you can see, the basement is pretty rough. It has 3 rooms separated by an old non-structural wall. The walls are bare, the floor is very uneven, and it has a big hole in the floor from an old drop toilet, and damp is coming up through the floor. My first task was to take down the old dividing wall and door frames. This wall, despite being mostly made of soil and rock, was harder to take down than expected. Next, I separated the useful rock from soil or tosca, a sort of mudstone no longer used in construction. There is a lot of material to move. I carried it up to a hole a neighbour wanted to fill for disposal. Now the space is more open, I can finally measure how uneven the floor is. It has about a 30 centimetre or 1 foot height difference from one corner to the other. This is the hole from the original drop toilet. I had to cut some rock to open it up, and I dug out a few inches of very old composted poop. This asbestos pipe was part of the old waste system. As the manifold is still connected to the sewer, I had to cut it. I supported it against the wall and used a hacksaw to reduce dust. Outside, I wanted to make a flat area for a coffee table and chairs. The first job was to dig it out and prepare for a concrete base. The old concrete was quite weak, so it was easy to break. I am using a laser level to understand how much needs to be removed. I stored rocks here for future use. These beans were a gift from Carmen, our neighbour. Now I wanted to start building the edge of a new patio area. Using a cord and a level, I cemented the edge rocks in place. It's delivery time. I estimated that I needed to pour 10 tons of concrete. It was not possible to deliver to the bottom of my house, so I poked the dry mix through the thick wall using a bit of old chimney as a funnel. First, I rough filled the patio with rocks and concrete about an inch below the final level. Next, I put a cement border at precisely the level I wanted, ensuring a fall for water drainage. This will make it easy to do the final concrete pour. After this, I made a cast from scrap wood for the toilet hole. I screwed it to the concrete base to stop it moving. Now I could level out the patio area. Once done, the concrete is 2 centimeters below the final height to allow for tiling. It was time to do the same inside the basement. I used rocks and concrete to make a precise level around the room. Once that was done, I prepared and cast a new edge at the front door. I was ready to start the floor slab inside the basement. In all, this phase took 10 days, and to be quite honest, it was pretty tiring. Again, the pre-way sides will make leveling easy. It's fig season. Endless figs. I love it. Now, more of the same. Put down the moisture barrier, create the level sides, and pour the slabs. Every morning, I spend an hour and a half listening to podcasts and poking the mix through the hole. Then back inside to mix and pour. Now it's cured, I can take the frame out of the toilet hole. It was time to move the washing machine and break up the slab it sat on. Here, I cast a step at the front door. Finally, the last room for the slab. This room was the highest and needed the least concrete. The 240-year-old door needed to be removed to make room for a pre-frame for the new door. I plan to use the old door as a shutter later. Now I am fitting a pre-frame in preparation for the delivery of the large glass door. With the slab finished, the next phase is to start building the framing to drywall and insulation. To do this, I need to make sure everything is perfectly square, as this will give my final room dimensions. I also needed to make a cupboard to contain the back boiler pump for the fire upstairs. Once you have the top and bottom frames in place, the uprights are quite quick to install. The arch has sagged over the years, so I needed to shave it to make it a bit more symmetrical. I am using this reclaimed window to let a lot of light into the new bedroom. Here you can see me framing out the bathroom. Again, starting with the floor and the laser level, I'm trying to make everything as square as possible. And now I am connecting up the heat recovery system to enable constant air exchange in all rooms. This is really important in a basement. After installing the electrical conduit, I could start the drywall. The drywall screws go straight in the metal framing and it's pretty quick to put up. I make holes and pull through electrical conduit as I go. Insulation was next. I insulated the external walls. As half the walls are underground, not so much was needed. Here I am dab gluing plasterboard onto the brick wall. I had some rock wall to use up, so I put it here. I am otherwise not a huge fan of the stuff. It was easier to cut the window hole once the plasterboard was in place. It's going to be a view to history as much as anything else. Here I am cleaning up the brick wall ready for gluing on the plasterboard. This technique is not so hard, you just need to mix up enough adhesive in advance. Now I am running some cables. As I was connecting to a pre-existing MCU, this was easy. I had already separated the RCDs for each floor, so it had no impact on the rest of the house. Plastering was next. Not my favourite job, but it has to be done. Electric underfloor heating was put throughout with 2 separate systems. To hide the heat recovery pipes and electrics, I put in a full ceiling. Due to the uneven beams, it took quite a while, but it was worth it. Next up, it was time to start tiling. This was week 7 and I was getting super tired, so I didn't film as much as I would have liked to. I used concrete effect tiles on the wall and green multi-tile effect tiles around the back. This door was reclaimed, but it needed quite some work to make it fit. After tiling the floor, I added egg features around the hole. Now I am making some finishing touches. This trim was not quite what I imagined when I ordered it online, but that is life and it does the job. As you can see, the electrics are up and running now. The glass door was also installed. It had to be remade due to a design miscommunication, but the supplier was great and the final door is perfect. So after 10 weeks of hard labour, this is the final result. The bedroom has a big window letting light in and this works really well. The bathroom has a toilet, sink, bath and shower. I made the sink unit using leftover kitchen countertop. Storeroom's a storeroom and works great. This is the cupboard for the electrical box. And not least, the view and light from the big window is incredible. And outside, the new patio is a joy. This little guest apartment has already been perfect. It makes it so much easier to share life here with family and friends. If you are curious, my book, now a multi-category Amazon bestseller, is called The Ideas That Rule Us and is available now. It aims to help us understand how the ideas we grew up in can set the trajectory of our lives for better and worse, and what we can do about it. You can order it now in all formats. Love you all, subscribe for more. If you want to see a full tour of this basement, check this video.